disappointed. Now, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, who would like to hear about Santa's sixth special elf? Now, you've all heard of the first five, haven't you? There's Snowy Boy, there's Speedy Sam, there's Noisy Nod, there's Tricky Dicky, and there's Windy Wood. And do you know who the sixth one is? Zebedia Snotnose. Isn't that what you were about to say? Yes. Zebedia Snotnose. Would you like to know who Zebedia Snotnose is? He is Santa's special elf in charge of carrots. Oh yes, because who needs carrots at Christmas?
The reindeer.
The reindeer. And where do they get the carrots? From Zebedia Snotnose. I'll tell you the story from the beginning. Zebedia Snotnose is a tall, handsome elf. He lives in Lapland. Now there is something wrong with the microphone, so just give me a moment and we'll adjust things until we get clear sound. That's a lot better, isn't it? Yes. Now. And we can just... Yes, now that should be just about perfect. Zebedia Snotnose is an elf who lives all on his own with his mother in a cottage in the woods with wheels on it. What do you call a cottage with wheels on it? A caravan. Well done, that monkey, a caravan, you're right. Zebedia Snotnose lives in a caravan, and he decided that he wanted a garden. Where is a sensible place to put a garden in a caravan? Where?
Outside.
Next to where you park the car. That's a good idea. You could put it to the side of the caravan. You could put it to the other side. You could put it to the back. You could put it to the front. You could put it... No, you couldn't. On the roof. Now that's not really a sensible place to put a garden on a caravan, is it? Where do you think Zebedia Snotnose decided to put his garden?
On the roof.
On the roof. And he decided, his mother looked at him and he said, "Are you sure?" she said. He said, "I am, mother dear." So he planted a little carrot seed and he waited until the carrot seed got to this size. And a little green sprout of carrot sprung up from the ground. And his mother said, "Zebedia, I think it's time to pluck that carrot." He said, "Oh no, mother dear, let's wait till it gets a little bit bigger." So they waited until the carrot grew to this size. And his mother said, "Zebedia, I think it's time to pluck that carrot." He said, "Oh no, mother dear, wait till it gets a little bit bigger." So they waited until it was this size. Now it's a big size for a carrot, isn't it? And his mother said, "Would you pluck that carrot?" He said, "Oh no, mother dear, let's wait till it gets a little bit." So they waited until it grew from my nose to your toes. Now that's a huge size for a carrot, isn't it? His mother said, "Zebedia, will you go up onto the roof and pluck that carrot?" He said, "Oh no, mother dear, let's wait till it gets a little bit." So they waited until it went from my nose, past that man's toes, and right out the window. The carrot was so big, the roof of the caravan began to buckle under the weight. And Zebedia's mum had to cook the breakfast like this. She'd get the eggs out of the fridge, and she'd duck down like this to fry them. Then she'd bend up like this to get the plates, and because there was a big bend in the roof. That's not good, is it? And every day when she'd leave to go to the shops, she'd open the door of the caravan, walk out, and her head would hit off the carrot, which was overhanging the roof. Do you think she was happy? Ooh, she was so annoyed her face turned purple. Steam came out of her ears and all her hair fell out in a big clump on the floor. She had lovely red hair, we made this carpet out of it. She said, "Zebedia Snotnose, get up on that roof now and pluck the carrot." He said, "Oh no, mother dear, let's wait till it gets a little bit bigger." So she hit him over the head with a frying pan. And he said, okay, Mother dear, I'll do it now. So he climbed onto the roof and he grabbed the carrot and he pulled and he tugged and he tugged and he pulled and he pulled and he tugged and he fell off the roof. And he looked up and the carrot was still stuck there. So he saw a little girl about your size passing. And he said, little girl about your size, will you come up and help me? And the girl said she would. So he climbed onto the roof and he grabbed the carrot. And the girl grabbed Zebedia. And they pulled and they pulled and they tugged and they tugged and they pulled. I knew there's only one of us telling this. I knew. So they pulled and they tugged and they tugged and they pulled and they fell off the roof. And they looked up. And the carrot was still stuck there. So there was a little boy about your size passing by. And they said, little boy about your size, will you come up and help us? And the boy did. And they climbed onto the roof. And Zebedia grabbed the carrot. And the girl grabbed Zebedia. And the boy grabbed the girl. And they pulled and they tugged and they tugged and they pulled. And they fell off the roof. And they looked up. And the carrot was still stuck there. So there was a little dog about your size. They said, little dog about your size, will you come up and help us? The dog said yes, because dogs in Lapland can talk. So Zebedia Snotnose grabbed the carrot, the girl grabbed Zebedia, the boy grabbed the girl, the dog bit the boy's bum. And he pulled. And they all pulled and they tugged and they tugged and they pulled and they pulled and they tugged and they tugged and they pulled and they fell off the roof. And they looked up and the carrot was still stuck there. Well, there was a little butterfly fluttering by. And they said, little butterfly fluttering by, will you come up and help us? And the butterfly said, I'm only small, but I'll do my best. So they all climbed onto the roof. And Zebedia Snotnose grabbed the carrot. The girl grabbed Zebedia. The boy grabbed the girl. The little dog bit the boy's bum. And the little butterfly fluttered down and grabbed the dog's tail and began flapping her wings. And they pulled and they tugged and they tugged and they pulled and they pulled and they tugged and they tugged and they pulled and they fell off the roof. And they looked up and the carrot was... No, the carrot was gone. The carrot had gone flying through the air and had landed on the ground and broken into 1,000 pieces. They had managed to get it down off the roof with the help of everybody. And they looked at the carrot and they decided, let's celebrate our success. So they had a feast. They began with some nice salad made up of coleslaw made from carrot, grated carrot. They followed this with some carrot soup. For the main course they had roast carrot with a side order of boiled carrot. And they finished with some carrot cake. And Santa happened to be driving by on the reindeers and he saw the big supply of carrots that was still left. He said, I have a reindeer that might like those carrots. And that is how Zebedia Snotnose ended up as the special elf in charge of Rudolph's carrots. Now boys and girls, are you ready